Well, hello, people. It's just me talking. I was thinking a lot about some things over the weekend. I saw some fun sports, Conor McGregor and Justin Poirier. That was an interesting fight. I talked about it on my bicycle. But basically, the thing I got from it is that people really love to root for the bad guy, the gangster. They love that. They didn't like sportsman Conor McGregor, nice guy Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor didn't like that guy either, so he had to wind himself up and get personal with Justin. But Justin beat him up anyway. And poor Conor wound up breaking his leg, so there was a technical knockout, and he lost anyway. But he was getting his butt whipped. He was getting beaten up pretty bad. And I watched the football match, the Euro tournament, which is kind of like the World Cup for the Euro teams. That was interesting. England and Italy won again. They hadn't won since 1968. Unfortunately, England's becoming a better team, but they still haven't brought back any World Cup or Euro Cup big international tournaments yet. But it was a fun game. And the Italian goalie, he really is an amazing guy. So that was interesting. On the UFC MMA fight, it was fun to see all the celebrities in the front row. It seems like that's a big part of the business. You have to have these celebs. You have to have some celebrity sticking his tongue in one of the Kardashian girls' mouths and then looking at the camera and cocking their heads and smiling to make it really exciting. And you have to have a bad guy. They cheer on the bad guy. Justin Poirier, he's too boring, too much of a gentleman. He's no fun. So they love Conor. They don't like Justin as much. So that's the kind of world we live in. And the Wembley Stadium was fairly packed, and everybody was having a great time as if there wasn't any variance of anything. And like I seem to feel at the moment is that we're going to be living with this particular kind of coronavirus for a long time. It's endemic, it's everywhere now, so we'll manage it with vaccines and other things. And the miraculous, amazing human immune system will eventually deal with it because it's not like polio or some other terrible things, smallpox. And yeah, flu vaccines are leaky, and so are coronavirus vaccines. But anyway, if we all, pitch in, we should be able to live with this virus moving down along the road. We're all sick of lockdowns. Before I get into my subject, which is virgin space democratization, virgin space monetization, I'd like us to pause for a minute and be mindful and thankful for something. And for me today, I'm thankful for fresh, clean, drinkable water, hot showers, things like that. So thank you to everybody who helps deliver fresh, clean water to my home. And I really appreciate it. It's fantastic. So thank you for good water. Without fresh, clean water, we're in deep shit. So thank the universe, or thank the, causal mystery chains of nature and reality, physics, atoms, or thank God, or thank the Great Spirit, whoever you want to thank. And thank all the workers, obviously, involved in bringing us fresh, clean water. Some people don't have access to it, so I'm mindful of that. Now to the Virgin thing. Branson went up in his space plane, and isn't that great? There's no new technology there, just like there's no new technology really in an electric vehicle, a car. What we have is just we're using technologies that various private and public corporations have made and putting them together and then selling them. So basically this whole thing with the billionaires and space and all that, it's a branding exercise. So we're monetizing space, we're not democratizing space. It has nothing to do with democratization. You can look it up. We're not going from an authoritarian space world to a democratic space world. It's monetization they're talking about. Everything's been monetized. We live in a financialized global economy, so it all started with General Electric and those corporations back in the 90s. They changed some rules around, and people started making money, manipulating money, and that's basically all it is. So Branson doesn't make money on Virgin Atlantic or any of that, and he squeezes his employees just like Jeff Bezos does. They make money on business deals, they make money off of money, and they made a lot of money. They monetized the pandemic, and they're monetizing space, and we fall into it because they're such good marketers. And I realized, and I should have known a long time ago, that CNN is just a marketing company. Basically, it's a PR agency, and everything they do is just PR for corporations. It was a joke watching Sarah Jessica Parker look-alike, hyping up this Branson thing. I'm going to go on my space plane. I'm going to be weightless for 3 to 5 minutes. Oh my God, the whole world's going to become better. And people talking about maybe someday we'll be the aliens people will be taking pictures of with their smartphones on other planets, and we'll be mining asteroids. Everything's an engineering fix. Science, engineering, and technology will fix everything. We need to fix our culture and our values. We need to wise up, because we don't understand complex systems well enough. Most of us don't even bother to think about those things. But, somebody makes an electric car, it's a big deal. We put computer chips and everything, that's a big deal. And people become a brand, whether it's Conor McGregor with his whiskey and his business empire, or Elon Musk. And they make money having money. Money attracts money, and they start to make money with their money. So whatever they're producing, if you think it's the greatest thing in the world, that's fine. Enjoy it. I don't mind if Branson wants to spend his money on a vanity project. Big deal. Have fun. Go for it. But it's nonsense, and we shouldn't get all excited about it, because we have more important things to do, quite frankly. And we should be able to figure those things out and start to work on those things. That's my opinion. So this Virgin thing and SpaceX thing and this Bezos thing, all these billionaire vanity projects, don't think that we're doing science, that we're inventing anything, that somehow if the 1% can spend $250,000 traveling 100 kilometers from the surface of the earth and experiencing weightlessness for 5 minutes is going to help the world suddenly come to its senses and become, aware of the pale blue dot that Carl Sagan talked about a long time ago. It's not going to happen. I've been rereading books that I read in the 90s and 2000s, and nobody paid attention to those books, and some of them were very prescient, very predictive, very switched on about how the world works, and nobody paid attention then. Nobody's going to pay attention now. We're locked into our funny little habits, to our dopamine hits, and we're addicted to the world in which we live, and we're going to enjoy it until we can't anymore, basically. So if you want to prep for something, enjoy your life while you're prepping for the time when you might not be able to have this particular kind of life anymore. But I don't want to go into that now. I just want to say, guard yourself against this BS with Virgin space plane flights. It's nonsense. I could go on and on, man. I've got to write something about it, because otherwise I'll just talk forever. And I wish I had somebody to sit down and talk to about it, because it'd be more fun. But I appreciate your listening. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. And I had a long bike ride where I was talking, as I do. put that up as well. And I'll get into this again sometime. Maybe I'll write a blog post about it. Anyway, don't fall for all the PR and the marketing and the BS and the branding. Discover and build your own agency. Experience life. Be thankful for that. Create stuff. Good luck. William T. out.